and wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
Hey, why does
morning.
it seem, I'm kind of now looking at you. You seem like you're trying to be like I smell or something because you're really far away from me.
Oh,
You're like over here. You see this? You're like,
yeah, because my microphone's over here and
Oh.
my monitor's over here. But what I could do is I could use my remote.
oh, there
and
you
I
go.
can
Now,
come closer. Do we feel better?
I do. I don't feel like I smell as bad. I did
Yeah.
take a shower this morning.
I was back. Well, and the other thing too is when I'm that far back and you can see my whole wall of books, right here, down here,
Yeah.
you will see the Great Dane slobber that has been plastered all over, which you just saw. You just saw the remnants.
Yeah, I
of
saw that.
my-
That caught me.
And this
got
is
me-
after cleaning it off. Yeah.
Got me in the glands area.
Yeah. Owning a Great Dane is just, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just give me the slobber. I'm okay with that. I'm all right. I love him. But Mr. Remington is going in to get chopped here in just a few days.
Yay!
But I was thinking about this because when you get your Great Dane fixed.
Sorry, that's me.
Oh.
I did one thing. I did one thing wrong today.
That's good because we had it perfect this week. We've lined it up.
Yeah.
But when you get your Great Dane fixed, they have to wear a cone, but it's not just any cone. It is the cone of silence. Like he won't be able to fit in the doorway.
Aww.
So I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work out.
Don't they have special cones that aren't as terrible anymore?
My daughter-in-law had her dog fixed, her golden retriever, and they had this bodysuit that they put Scout in, and it worked wonders.
Oh.
So Scout didn't have to wear one of those things, but I don't even know if there's anything the size of a Great Dane.
I was gonna say he'd probably feel a little claustrophobic in it.
There's so many challenges to having a Great Dane, but again, I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. I adore that dog.
That's what you say.
We're early today because we got to leave early today. Yeah. So we popped on here just a little bit early, and I hate that saying. They say it on TikTok all the time. I just wanted to pop on here, and here I'm saying
pop
it.
On
I'm going to pop on. I'm going to pop on. How's everybody doing today? Where are you watching us from? And how are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's get some interaction in here today because when we have interaction from our audience, we have a lot more fun than just Darcy and I sitting in a room for a half hour.
I mean, I enjoy talking with you, but I like talking to other people more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a kind way.
A little bitter.
In the kindness way.
I'm a little bitter today, Coach. I'm a little bitter.
No.
I had to pay taxes yesterday, and I'm just not happy about it. We work hard. We work really, really hard. And then we just send the check out in the mail to who knows where. We're going to fund today.
I'm just going to pay something.
A little bitter about that. With bringing up the cortisol a little bit. I need to bring it down because that inflames me. So how are you bitter about anything today? Or are you having a good day? You got to get your dog groomed.
I do. I have to get Clark groomed. I was just looking at him the other day saying, I feel like your grooming appointment is very soon based on what you look like right now.
Yeah.
So he loves getting brushed. I mean, I don't know if that's truth for my groomer or not, but he loves me brushing him. So we did that a little bit this morning to make sure we didn't have any major knots. But other than that, my back has been on the fritz. Today's been the best day that I've felt, and I'm not overdoing it.
That's good. That is good. Back is mending.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Oh gosh. Well, let's talk today about a couple of things. Before we get started, I'm going to put myself on focus and say, y'all, do not disturb me. All right, do not disturb. Here we go. Yeah. So your back is better.
Yes.
We had a podcast drop this morning.
Yes.
It was a really good one. It was a really good one we did. And actually, the next couple of podcasts are going to be really, really good. So if you don't follow us on podcasting streams, please go over there, click follow. We'd love for your feedback on those podcasts. But the one that dropped this morning is Unlocking Your Inner Strength and Defeating Self-Doubt, because that is really, really a problem when it comes to weight loss is self-doubt. We sabotage ourselves. And the red dog starts speaking loudly and we let him. And that's when we fail on our weight loss journey. So that one dropped this morning. I'm really happy.
We do these podcasts and I always forget what we talk about. But
I know.
I just know the last one that we recorded.
Yeah.
We both were like,
we nailed it.
That was really good.
We really nailed it.
Like, who are we?
Who are those people? I told you about the funny thing driving home from Indianapolis. I was just flipping through podcasts and I got stuck on one and I'm like, oh, wow, that's really good. It was ours. It was when, in all fairness, we had a guest that day, Christine. And what?
Oh, you're thumbsing up.
How?
My computer doesn't do that.
What in the world? That is weird.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it was really good. And I'm like, oh, that's a really good podcast. I gotta bookmark that. And it was our podcast. I wouldn't have said that if it was just you and I talking, but it was Christine who
You should. One of these days, I think it's going to be this podcast that we just recorded that you're going to be like, man, who are those ladies?
Who are those ladies?
I was really inspired by that.
I know. And our audience is like, oh my gosh, you guys. We probably have all the haters. Do you know we have haters? We have haters.
I know. I'm sure we do.
I tell you what.
We can't. I mean, if we did not have haters, what kind of world would that be, right?
It would be boring. It would be so boring.
Have the same mindset.
If everybody agreed, we would be so boring. It would be a gray world.
Yeah.
If everybody agreed with us.
I love when people have different opinions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just how you address it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite way to address something that I don't agree with is saying, have you ever thought about? Yeah. Or what are your thoughts about? Mm-hmm. That is a beautiful way to disagree with somebody.
Yeah.
Because in the meantime, you actually may learn something.
Right.
Right?
I'm all about that. Like I will be stuck on oh my goodness. My mind will be stuck on believing in something until you give me multiple reasons and it has a lot of common sense behind it.
Right. Exactly.
I'm a common sense type of person.
I think the world more agrees with each other than doesn't agree with each other. I mean, there's the radical thoughts, and there's that, but I really think we agree with each other more than we disagree.
I agree with that.
My favorite is when somebody comes up to me and says keto is a fad diet and keto doesn't work. And I just look at them and I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's how we
It didn't work for me. It did not work for me.
Nope. We're back in our old bodies.
Exactly. Yeah.
We got terrible blood panels.
Horrible. Everything's horrible. It doesn't work. You're right. What should we do? What should we do to fix our health?
Right.
Yeah. But no, that's a really good way to disagree with somebody is, have you ever thought about this? Or tell me a little bit more about this. Explain to me. That's a really good way to disagree with somebody.
You know who I like to get ideas and I don't know, in political, non-political worlds are people that have actually were there and experienced it.
Yes.
Like for example, like dad was in the war. He was at Vietnam and any man that has been through war, like they have experienced things, and thank you for your service. Honestly, like for all those men out there that have their war stories, what they've experienced.
Yeah.
I will sit down and I will listen to you in your experiences. Tell me about what you went through.
Right.
And that will, I will hopefully never have to serve in a war.
Yeah.
But just anyway, that was a little off, but
yeah, well, little detour, but hey, so and to go along with that thought is something we talked about in our weight loss support group. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang with. And so if you hang with a lot of negative people, you're going to be negative. If you hang with a group of overweight people, you're going to probably tend to be overweight. Mm-hmm. If you hang around a bunch of rich people, you may have a little bit more wealth. So you're the sum of who you hang with. The 5 people you hang with. And so give me some brilliant, healthy people to hang with. And that's what we got to do at the conference. That's why we just loved it so much,
Yes, absolutely.
So our audience is very quiet today. They're like, would you just tell us what we're going to talk about?
Oh,
they're very
let's
quiet.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about how much does weight loss cost? That was one of the topics that we want to talk about. What was the other one?
We're going to kind of talk about our carnivore. Yeah. I feel like people are, let me just back up a second. Our spots are filling up for our carnivore challenge.
In fact, I'm going over to class right now because I want to tell you how many people are enrolled.
So when we are giving like this much more space and seats in our carnivore challenge, it's starting in less
45.
than 45. Okay. So we have that many people. We have this much more space to add in, and then we're closing it because we like having a big group, but with not too big of a group, so that we can have more of like a more intimate type of.
Well, it gives us more time to coach
and time. Yes,
it gives us more time to coach. My hat's on crookedy.
Oh, I was like, it is on, Monica. It's on your head.
But yeah, it gives us more time one-on-one with the clients. So we will cut off the but we do have openings. October 1st in just about 10, 11, 12 days. We're going to start.
Yeah. And
October
I think,
1st.
There's the people that are like, we're gun ho and they were ready. Like they missed out on the boat the first time and they signed up, probably one of the first peoples that signed up. But there's the second group that we're going to talk to today is the ones that, we're on the line and they're just mentally trying to prepare themselves for, is this for me? So we're going to go a little bit deeper into answering some, maybe those unsure questions like, well, is this for carnivore? Me? Why would I do this? Right. So do you want to kick that off, Monica?
The answer is no, it's not for everybody.
No,
it's not. And that's why I like the 30-day challenge, because we put you in, we dump you in the deep side of health, right? Because carnivore is probably the top of the most healthy lifestyles you can live. It's the ultimate elimination diet. So if you want to find out, hey, why am I inflamed? We cut out everything. Like we go nose to tail. There's several different types of carnivore that we teach, but this is the ultimate elimination. If you're struggling with food allergies, if you're struggling with weight, if you're struggling with metabolic issues, it is the top of the line when it comes to elimination diets, and you will find instantly how good you feel, right?
Right.
The question is it sustainable? And that's where the 30 days comes in so beautifully, because we also say, no, for some people, it's not sustainable, but you may need help transitioning to a more healthy lifestyle that would have been very difficult for you before. So we make sure that you're not left alone after the 30 days.
Right.
It's a great way to dip your toe in and see what is having a coach like. Is it something that maybe is this why I failed all of my diets for so long, is because I didn't have the accountability. I didn't have 2 coaches hovering over my head, wondering how I'm doing every day. I didn't have the weight loss support group where my own peers were in there, going through the same thing. And so it's a perfect chance to test out coaching. And that's what a lot of people do when they come into one of our challenges, is they say, you know what, I've never had a coach. I don't know. I just know that I fail at every diet. And I know that I'm severely overweight, or I have type 2 diabetes, and I know that I need help, but I don't know why, because what Coach Darcy and I do, you can find for free on the internet.
Yep.
You can diet.
Tippity tap.
Yeah. Tippity tap.
Yep.
The problem is the accountability. And the problem is if you struggle with any type of food addiction or, FOMO or anything like that, that's where the coaching comes in. And that's where it is so, so valuable. So October 1st, we are launching. So there is still seats available. There are still seats available.
There are, yes.
I've dropped the link for both our podcast and the carnivore link.
I'd like to add. Can I add?
Yeah.
So you talked about coaching, but I think the biggest thing is what prevents us from saying, okay, I'm going to do this, is that fear and that of motivation. And some of us, like me, I would not be able to work out by myself at home. Like I need people in my life around me to do those hardcore push yourself beyond your comfort level workouts. So I have to go someplace, some classes, so that I push myself to do that. Sometimes that's just what it takes to start a new lifestyle.
Right.
You know, we've learned about, the processed foods and how terrible they are for us. We share about that all the time. I know you hear us.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But just taking action is the stumbling block.
Yeah.
So when we do these 30-day challenges, it is a great motivator to get in with a group of 40 plus people to do this together, to walk through the ins and outs of what you're going to experience while you're carnivore and while you're detoxing from the standard American diet. So yeah, like this is the best time to join in on a program when you've got a bunch of other people curious and ready to go too. And they're all joining for different reasons.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to be able to feed into that and be able to put you in the place where you're going to feel the best. And, if carnivore makes you feel great, but you're not necessarily feeling that sustainability, then we always will have our other programs. But it's a great, like Monica said, toe dipper into experiencing it for the 30 days and then easing yourself, continuing on with your lifestyle change, but easing out of the carnivore into maybe more of a ketovore type of lifestyle. Or if you're not wanting to do keto, or going into keto, and just there's so many different tools for you and what you need. But this here on the 1st of October is going to be a fantastic
We're not going to do
start.
it again till May 1st. So this is going to be probably a twice a year adventure. And what we found we did a beta test last time where it was free. I always feel sorry for the people who didn't finish it when it was free. I'm like, why didn't you finish it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But we will do this probably twice a year. And we had people who are still carnivore from May 1st. They're up to about 65 pounds that they've lost so far. The average loss in the 30 days is about 20 pounds. So if you have about 20 pounds to lose, it's perfect for you to jump in. And then some people are still carnivore, and then others said, "Hey, I need to jump into your 3-month program because I actually need the coaching." So we don't leave you till you're done. So make sure, I just dropped the link in the comment section. Make sure you go grab your seat, and get ready to go. If you want a heads up, if you want a head start, I'm going to be dropping the carnivore recipe book here.
We worked hard on that.
It was hard. We had some help from our friend on that one, but the really carnivore recipe book. I did post, and Darcy, you called me yesterday and said, "Are you sure you posted that to the public? Or did you want that information out?" I did post what to do.
Sharing out the goods there.
I'm sharing out the goods. But what to do to prep for our carnivore challenge. That video is posted as the first lesson. So you can hop on there and get started right away if you want to get started early.
And for all you guys that are intimidated by us females running this, there's a lot of guys.
There's a lot of guys in this one.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Not because there's a variety. Yeah. So it's not just like heavy, like, women heavy on one side. No, so there's going to be great different viewpoints. I am so excited about group.
Yeah.
About that.
We're going to meet 4 live sessions. So our sessions, I just pulled it up, October 1st, 8, 15, and 22. I will record those. So if you can't make it live, you don't have to, but it's more fun and you're more successful when you come to the live classes. But we're going to teach about carnivore. We're going to teach you different ways, and you can choose your lane. One size does not fit all when it comes to carnivore. You're not going to find any carnivore police. Because we believe that there is more than one way. So,
I'll give my example real quick.
Yeah.
Just for, since I went through the carnivore the first time, I went more of the just animal product world. I saw a difference in a little bit of difference in my scale. But I didn't see difference in my what I was trying to do with carnivore, which is fix my autoimmune disease. But it takes 90 days. And I got off of that too soon. And now my next step is to now eliminate even more. So my process will be a little bit more, it's kind of harsh right now, but I've been still eating some of my cucumbers and tomatoes in my garden.
Right.
But other than that will be gone. I'm just going to be whole, like 90 days. That's going to be me. Just no dairy.
No dairy for
no dairy
days.
for me.
Yeah.
It's really going to be hard, but I need a group. So I need you to be a part of my group to cheer me on.
Yeah, absolutely. We had several guys. Actually, Mike, who just posted in here, he did the lion last time. The lion is nose to tail. Beef and butter.
No joke.
Nothing else. And man, he did incredible. Our mom did that too.
Yeah, she did.
So yeah, go grab your seat in our carnivore challenge. Get a sneak peek into your new health journey. You don't have to gain weight over the holidays. You can actually lose. I looked at my record when I lost 130 pounds, and my journey, I lost about 20 pounds from Thanksgiving to New Year's. So it is completely possible for you to lose weight through the holiday season. So
that's how I started. I started in September when I started very new to keto. And
you just had your 5-year anniversary, didn't you?
I did. So 5 years ago, I started September.
Yeah.
Went through the holidays. Felt amazing, felt empowered because I had that safety net. Was it a little challenging from, some of the holiday treats that you are so used to? Yeah, it was a little bit, but I was so focused on like, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Yeah. So you can do it too.
The cool thing about carnivore is it cleans up your headspace. And I mean, they're using it to remove depression and remove anxiety. They're actually using this now. And so the mental health aspects of carnivore far outweigh anything that you're not getting. So, and that brings up the other topic we're going to talk about is expense, because we get hit a lot of times with how dare you charge for your services? How dare you? And so we just thought if you wanted to see like a brilliant thought form, you should watch our podcast. If only you could watch our podcast. No, I mean, you should literally watch our podcast if you could, because we've heard this over and over about how, gosh, I just got an email yesterday. Somebody canceled a wellness appointment, and granted, it is expensive, right? Granted, we are living in a recession right now. We totally get that. But I did not have anything to do with this. We were recording, we were in the studio last week, and Darcy's like, she just starts downloading this idea of how much it costs to lose weight. And I'm like, Darcy, that's a graphic right there. That is a research project right there. And so what we did was we went into our brainstorming office, and we created some visuals.
You made me learn Excel.
We did. We learned Excel.
I feel like that was the worst back day after. Like, we sat in our chairs for so long, I could not move.
There was nothing more satisfying. We're going to pop up this picture here because we're going to talk about the expense of losing weight. But you got to understand, on the personal side of this, the graph that we created through Excel, it was the most satisfying thing I've ever done. Like, I went to ChatGPT and I'm like, show me how to make a graph, because what we want to do is we want to compare expenses. And so we went into research mode. We pulled up and we literally bought, we didn't hit the credit card button, but we put our program together. I said that I was a 250-pound woman. I exercised, it was real to life. Like, I exercised, I think 1 to 2 days.
Like 7 years ago.
7 years ago was realistic.
Yes.
I actually went into each one of these companies and I ordered their package, right? I took their test. I ordered their package. I did everything except put my credit card in. So the numbers we came up with were realistic. Now, the numbers we came up with the weight loss shot, we took the low side of the average.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we went to research the weight loss shot and how much it cost, we took the low side of the average. Most people don't have insurance. Most people have to, and we also put semaglutide in there. So we also, because everybody's like, well, I'm going to go get semaglutide because that's cheaper. We also gave you those numbers. Yep. So are you ready for these numbers?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I was going to say something.
Go.
Hold on. Before you show it. Oh, I wanted to say, okay, so when you were plugging in some of those numbers, the first month they gave you some really catchy discounts, right?
Yes.
So the first month you were in it like, oh, that's not so bad. But then that was only for the first month.
Correct.
And we did include that. We did include that discount.
We did.
In the first month that hooks you in there.
Yep.
And then we added what the total would be without those discounts because it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So
we went and we found the top 5 weight loss and we put KM Health Coaching in there as well. And we put it into a graph. We also did 2. So you're going to see 2 graphs that we're going to debut today.
Okay.
You're going to see a 1-year plan and you're going to see a 5-year plan. Now, when you choose these diets, minus our program, when you choose these diets, it is for life. If you get off of these diets, the weight comes raging back. So we went as high as 5 years. Okay. So we did a 1-year program, how much it will cost to lose weight in these programs for 1 year. We did a 5-year program.
And these are for the people that are doing the things, like not just on and off, right?
Yes.
So if you are in it and you're like, I'm gun ho, I'm gonna do this month by month, and I'm doing this, and I'm gonna keep my weight off.
Yeah.
That for the highly successful people.
Because that's how we all go into a lifestyle. We're like, I am all in. I'm never going to quit. And these people that get on the weight loss shots, they're like, I'm okay being on it for life. So we're going to show you how much it costs. Okay. So the first one, we're going to start with a year. All right. So we're going to go to a year. Let's compare the top weight loss companies for 1 year. Guys, this is 1 year. Okay. So we took Wegovy. We took Ozempic. We took Nutrisystem. We took Jenny Craig. We took Optavia, and then we did ours. Okay. So for 1 year, when you go on Wegovy, and again, with these weight loss shots, which were the first 2 here, when you choose these, this is the low cost. So Wegovy, for example, was, I think, $1,100 to $1,300 a month. We took $1,100. Okay. Or we took whatever the low amount was.
Yeah, it was 13 for Wegovy. Or no, 15,000 was the top.
Yeah. 1,500 a month.
100, yes, not 1,000.
So we didn't take that. We took the low amount. So you're going to spend, if you go on the weight loss shot for Wegovy, and when you're on the weight loss shot, it's going to take a minimum of a year to get off that weight, right? So you're going to spend $16,560 for 1 year of Wegovy. All right. So, Monica, that's the top of the line. That's the name brand weight loss shot. Let's go to Ozempic. You're going to spend about $10,000. Again, these 2 columns are lifetime. You have to be on these for lifetime or the weight comes raging back about 3 to 5 pounds a week. Okay. Lifetime. So this is for a year. You're going to spend $10,000. Nutrisystem, and I think Nutrisystem, do they have shakes or do they have
I think they're
meals.
I think they're meals.
Yeah, you're going to spend a year of them, you're going to spend $5,159 to get their meal. Right. When we did these estimates, we also did not do any of the extra stuff. So all of these programs, the Optavia, the Jenny Craig, all of these meal plans had extra things like protein shakes. They had exercise packages. They had levels. Okay. Again, we chose the medium one. We just chose the medium.
What can we afford?
I know. What could I literally afford? Right.
We couldn't even afford that though.
Yeah.
Well,
it was like
dreaming big.
Like $500 a month.
Right.
I mean, it was just insane.
You know what? I see these meal plans actually, like as a mom, and I have 2 boys that they're not big eaters right now, but when they get bigger, they're going to be big eaters.
Yeah.
And we're spending, at least 300 to 400. It's usually about 500 at Costco.
Yeah.
Monthly. Like that. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
So that's not including your family's meal.
That's not including your meal. That's just you.
Then when we get in, and I did not look, full disclosure, I only looked at the ingredients of Optavia. You are getting crap. You are getting literally sawdust and soy when you eat their meals.
Yeah.
So not only are you not fixing your metabolic issues, you're not fixing, your health issues, you're starving yourself because you're going from 800 to 1,100 calories a day. So you're starving yourself, but you have to be on these things for life, because if you eat any more, it's called metabolic adaptation. Yeah. So if you eat a normal meal, which a normal meal at Texas Roadhouse, is 1,200 calories. You go out there, and eat a normal meal of what it takes to keep a toddler alive, you're gaining weight, because 3,500 calories is a pound. That's how this weight comes raging back.
Here's a side disclaimer though too. Like all of these will work for weight loss.
Oh, 100%. Yes. All of these, you're going to lose weight.
You are. But like you were saying, like all of those are they're nutrient dense types of foods that you are having to eat constantly, in which we all know in this world that when you are constantly eating and you're spiking your insulin. So if you are wanting to do, fix your metabolic health and you have type 2 diabetes, you're constantly eating, you're constantly feeding that insulin.
Now I'm gonna put another tag on what you just said, was these all work the first time.
Oh yeah.
Here's what's happening with the weight loss shots and with these companies. Here's what's happening. It's called adaptation. So it's called oh shoot, it was in and out, where it works the first time and then you adapt. Your body adapts to these chemicals and resistance. It's called GLP-1 resistance is what's happening. So people are like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on this for a year, then I'm going to get off. But if I start to gain the weight back, then I'm going to get back on it again. So I'm going to give myself a year off of it. Well, what happens is it's called a GLP-1 resistance. You can't lose the weight again, because your body is adapted to those drugs. It's like the antibiotic. You know how sometimes you're on an antibiotic and it doesn't work because you've adapted to that antibody.
Yeah.
So let's talk about ours. Okay. Let's talk about this 1950. So this is, refresh my memory, this was the 3-month program renewed twice, correct?
I think it was the 3-month.
I do not know what's happening.
You're just having parties over there.
I do not know.
That seemed kind of staged, but
I feel like it was, but I don't know what I did to make it happen.
No, so we chose what a typical client of ours would typically go to, and so we suggest doing the 3-month program, which you pay for the actual program, and then after that program, which is 3, I think it was actually the 8 weeks. I feel like
we did the 3 months.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we did the 3-month program.
I was trying to find that,
and then we renewed it twice.
Okay.
So we had that client with us for a whole year.
Right. So initially that was a whole year's worth of coaching by the cheapest way of being in our program.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you can also add things to our programs, because we have the metabolic reversal. We have the reverse diet. We have the maintenance program. We have all those things, which comes with our ultimate package, which a lot of people take that because they know that they need to get out of the program and they want to go into maintenance. So they can choose that. So we also chose, with our program, the medium program. So here's
actually to correct you, I did do our Jumpstart and then 3-month renewal 3 times.
3 times. So we still haven't had them
still
a year.
There. It's still a year, but that's how they got it.
Yeah.
Just the correction.
So that's how you compare 1 year. Are you ready to see 5 years? Again, here's where our program separates from all of those other programs. You only have to do this one time, because we have changed your lifestyle, because we put you on whole foods. There is not one single thing you have to buy. We put you on whole foods. We teach you how to eat out. We teach you how to break emotional eating. We teach you how to live in the real world. So you have to do that one time. And let's go to
one more time. I just want to refresh your memory from a few seconds ago when we talked about success rate for our, this is for the client that is doing all the things that we have offered and when that have educated themselves based off of our modules that we give you all of those things.
This is not the client who loses the same 5 pounds over and over.
Right. And so we're teaching you how to fish.
Right.
That's right here.
We're teaching you how to fish. Right.
Yeah.
Here's 5 years. It's going to blow your mind. 5 years. Again, with these other 4 companies, you have to be on these for life. Okay. $82,000, $800 for Wegovy for 5 years. Again, you have to be on this for life. Okay. For Optavia, expect to pay $30,690 for Optavia. I'm sorry. Optavia, you've got yours in a different order than I do. I had Ozempic next to Wegovy.
We decorated ours differently.
We did. So
you can judge on our graphics whose is best. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, tell us which one you like better.
Yours was catchy because it was all bright.
Yours looks more professional and formal. Mine, okay, I got to show mine again. Mine
it looks fun.
Mine is cute.
You can see all it. Yours is good. I mean, I'm not down on yours.
Well, and I think yours looks very professional. and on Darcy's, she's also set hers up so that you can see the 1 year on hers as well.
Did. You see that?
This dark blue is the year. That's pretty cool.
That's for the year.
So now that I know that these are not in the same order as mine.
They're not.
Wegovy and Ozempic, $54,000, $82,000 for 5 years. Nutrisystem for 5 years is $25,000. You could get a really nice car for that.
I know all these.
Jenny Craig, $31,000. Optavia, $30,000 for 5. Now, Darcy, please explain why ours did not move, because ours is still down at $1,925 5 years later. Why the heck did it not move?
As I said before, we teach our clients to fish so that you can...
You don't need it again.
You can just keep living this life, use all the things that you've learned, all the tools that you've learned, and apply it to your lifelong term.
Yeah, I know. I was following you.
Yes, lifelong instead of short term. We're doing lifelong. And so you can use that knowledge that you have and you can take it and you can learn even more on top of that with all these books that we share. We have a lot of books that we go through and different tools to apply.
Actually, what we should have done here is we should have done a reverse thing, because some of these people come back and coach for us so you can actually make money.
That's so true. No, then we'd be an MLM company. We're not that.
That's true. We are not an MLM company. But here's the other thing too, is not only do we teach you how to live, but if you don't leave our program and if you leave our program and you're like, I am not happy, then we've not done our job, because our job as coaches is to make you fall in love with whole foods and make you fall, if you're not liking something, that means we're not extending the recipes out like we could. That means
or they're not doing the things.
Or they're not doing the things. Correct.
I don't really think it's us in general. I think it's also the effort of the client as well.
Right.
And the want and the why and all of those things.
That's legit. That is legit. Yeah. Because if you go back and forth, we have clients who are losing the same 5 pounds over and over and over again, and they're just not doing the things. You can't just throw in cheat days. You got to do the things, right? Mm-hmm. But part of our job as coaches is to make it so attractive that you want to do the things. So that's why when you see our 1925, it doesn't change because it's 1 year and you're done.
Yeah.
Do we have clients with us for 2 years? Yeah, we have sometimes that clients are like, I'm not ready to be without the group support. Yeah. I need that support. So we do have clients who stay with us for 2 years. Our goal is to get you kicked out of the program because you have
the program, but not the group. You're always welcome in our group.
In the group. Absolutely.
That's pretty much once you are a part of our program and you're doing the things and you're living your life and in maintenance, and you're a part of the group, like we're not going to kick you out.
No, we're not. We have groups. In fact, when you get to a certain point, it does become free. So yeah, when you go through the program, you learn how to do the things. It is actually free. And we do have people who have come to coach for us because they're like, I just want to tell people about this. So the really creepy thing about this is minus our column there. You have to do this for life. All of these. So you can just do the math. We did 1 year and we did 5 years.
Multiply that. Keep multiplying that. It's just scary.
Why do that? Why do that to yourself? When there is a solution out there. So when people say, Monica, your program is too expensive. Darcy, I can't believe you charge people to coach. And we look at our price and off the top of the, I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a big chunk.
It does cost. But look at what your alternative is. And then what we want you to do is we want you to add up your weekly costs that you spend at Starbucks, your cell phones, all of these things.
You know what? I had another aha moment.
Are we going to be in the office all day?
We might.
I have clients today. I can't spend the time in Canva.
Here's the difference in the end is what's going to happen is you're thinking about all the medications that you are currently on. Okay? You're not just on one medication. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
If you are on a statin, you're more than likely on multiple ones aside from that. And so, some insurance companies cover that. And then there's some insurance that are stingy. Right. But if you are taking our program, we help reverse those. We don't reverse them, but you help yourself reverse all those ailments. Yeah. So now you're in the end, 5 years later, you're actually investing in yourself. You're investing in the future you. So you're in the end, you are saving so much money.
Yeah.
Because now you're not having to depend on anything else but your own natural food choices.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people are about our carnivore program. They're like, but it costs so much when you go to get all of your meat that you'll need that first. When you join our carnivore program, that first trip to the grocery store, you're going to get sticker shock. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is expensive. Then you realize you don't eat a lot. You eat just a very little bit of that. And you don't buy the crap. So you don't have all of the extra crap in your cart.
Yeah.
You have meat.
Yes.
That's all that lasts double the amount of time than, a regular trip to the grocery store. So it is what it is. It's where you want to spend your money. Do you want to continue to spend your money on a $6 Starbucks drink that is giving you diabetes and making you obese? Or do you want to get serious and do you want to put your money where it works? These other columns that we have here, you got to do them for life. You have to do them. And here's how the weight loss shot gets these people hooked. They give them a coupon. I'm watching it happen all over. They give them a coupon and they say, you can have this for $25 a month. Well, for the first 3 to 6 months, that's wonderful. You watch that weight fall off. You're paying $25. Then they remove the coupon. Then you've got to say, well, maybe my insurance will pay. Well, insurance will pay. Let me tell you, insurance is not going to pay because it would bankrupt Medicare, Medicaid, whichever one it would pull from if insurance covered these. It would bankrupt them. There's no way. We have 75% of America is obese. There's no way our economy could hold that. So that's not even, they may tell you that right now that, yay, we're going to get insurance to provide, to cover these. Then they're going to go over the semaglutide side, which is cheaper. And same thing. Once a company removes a drug from the availability, which is why we have the semaglutide function right now, once that goes back into, hey, it's available, we have enough, then the semaglutide are not able to compound their stuff. They've already gotten cease and desist orders from Wegovy and from Mounjaro. They've gotten cease and desist. They can't make them if it's available for everyone. So everybody's going to be funneled into these name brand places, and those name brand places are going to jack up their prices because they know they hold the market on these things. So bottom line is, guys, don't do this to yourself. Whole Foods.
You know what desperation does it makes you not think about the long term.
Yeah.
It just, you want the weight off now. You want to feel healthy now. You want to feel this feeling euphoric now. But the thing is if you are not thinking about long term of how this is not only going to treat your body and what these, that's a weird way for me to say body. Just call it body. And then with the, like, even with Jenny Craig, even with Nutrisystem, some of those are healthier type foods.
Yeah.
But by golly, it's not long term. It's not sustainable.
No. And what are you going to do when you go out to eat?
Money, right?
Yeah. What are you going to do when you go out to eat, right? You can't take Jenny Craig. I remember my aunt used to bring Weight Watchers to Thanksgiving. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Real life is going to kick in. You're going to get sick of it.
You might do that at first, but then you're not.
It all looks really, really good at first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the weight loss shot thing really, it fires me up because number one, like you said, I empathize with those people who want to get the weight off and fast. I remember you say, I would just want to laser the fat off my body. Yeah. I remember
I wanted to do that.
It is real. You know, the desperation of that extra body fat on you is real, and you feel desperate. So I totally empathize. And I don't judge people who have gotten on the weight loss shot. I don't judge them because I understand how I felt when I was 275 pounds, 272 pounds. I look at that medical record of mine. I just like, I cannot believe I was 272 pounds. So you look at that and you're desperate. I totally get it. Now, if you are on these, so like we said, the weight comes raging back when you change and when you start to eat normal. When you start to eat like a toddler at 1,200 calories, the weight comes raging back. Here is what you need to hear if you're on these, okay? If you're on these, first of all, do not shame yourself because what you're going through is normal. Your frustration, your fear, your anxiety over being overweight is real, okay? And you're not broken. You're not weird. You're okay, right? And let's say that you've chosen this and you're like, okay, I hear you. I know that when I stop this shot, the weight's going to come raging back. Here's what we need you to do. If you're on the shot and you're within maintenance, you're close to maintenance, do not go to the end of your shots and call us. We need you 4 months before you stop the shots. We need you in our program for the GLP-1 reversal program. We need you in 4 months before you start. If you come to me and say, Monica, I have 2 weeks left on my shot, I'm ready to do a reverse diet, you will screamingly hate our program. You are going to be so raging hungry. That food noise is going to come back so fast that you're not going to be able to stop it. Okay? We need you 4 months because what we do is we gradually titrate you off of your weight loss shot and we gradually up your calories. We reverse your diet and we reverse the shot. Same time. And we put you on a natural GLP-1. Okay? So there is some steps that we have that we're going to need 4 months of your life for. Okay? It is possible to do. You do not have to gain that weight back. So if you're on the shot and you're like, okay, I can't afford this for the rest of my life. I know this. I'm going to have to come off of this shot. Please, for the love of everything, 4 months before you get off that shot, you get us on the phone and you say, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to invest. Don't go through the years of this shot and then throw it all away by just stopping the shot and thinking you can do it on your own. I took the shot. Was it last summer? The years are all morphing together. I think it was 2 years ago. It's all together. I know what happens when you stop. I know what happens. Don't do that to yourself and don't waste all of those pounds that you lost. You can reverse your diet. You can heal your body. You can do it. Okay. Don't be so, there's a lot of pride when it comes to those weight loss shots. There's a lot of pride and there's a lot of defensiveness. And I think it's warranted. I think because it is so scary, I think it is warranted. You've got the natural weight loss people warring with the shot people. And there's a lot of people on the shot who are too proud to tell anybody that they're on the shot. And there's a lot of shame that comes with that. And a lot of times they don't want people to know. You don't have to tell anybody, but you also don't have to gain that weight back. Okay. It's not worth, the pride is not worth not getting help to get off of it when you're ready to, unless you're going to be on it for life, of which you have to be. And then I want you to take a look at this number, $82,000. If I can read that little print, $82,000 for 5 years. Multiply that by 10, 20 years. Multiply that number. If you can afford that, stay on the shot. Absolutely. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sugar-free. That's a whole session, Monica, on and Danita, on food addiction and ultra-processed food addiction and triggers.
I was going to say, because she was sick, I just replied, it sounds like some inflammation too.
Yeah, you got some inflammation there for sure.
Always account for that.
Yeah, like 2 pounds worth.
Yeah. Or with back inflammation.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Mostly with that, Danita, it is you're messing with some food addiction, and you're messing with the red dog in your mind.
Yes.
So those sugar-free cough drops are going to be, if you struggle with food addiction, it's going to trigger the red dog to start barking, and he's going to be like, I want more. We had a client last couple of months who had berries, that she can't have berries because it launches the red dog, and it launches the addict brain wakes up, and it is a bear to get it to shut up. So I think our podcast today was on the red dog.
It was. So you should go check it out.
Yeah. Go check out our,
and then
our podcast
share it.
today. Yeah.
Leave us a review.
Yep,
all those
I just
things.
posted the 2 links there.
Yep.
Any questions on? We really tried to do this the most honest way that we could. And I just went in and I ordered. I signed up for the program.
Yep.
I went all the way to where I had to put my credit card in. And then I screenshot it for Darcy for her to work on those numbers.
Now, some of these, if I recall, were cheaper up front, but then when you went into maintenance, the price went up.
It did.
Right?
I am thinking that that's Nutrisystem.
No, I think that was the other one. No. I'm not sure. But the one that's pretty consistent right now is the shots. I mean, they're up there. But they're, it's give or take with these.
It was like $15 more a month for maintenance.
Yeah. So anyway, yay, Angie.
I'm so excited, Angie. I want to know, Angie, are you doing, because you were in our first one, are you going to change your journey up a little bit? Are you going to go lion this time? Or maybe you did lion last time. I don't know. Last time I did all animal products.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And I'm debating on what to do.
Right. I'm excited. Like I wasn't as excited last time because I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
Yeah.
But since we went through that, and we went through each of those group meetings, and we met people, and we saw their journey and how it affect them, how they were successful with it. And then we changed tweaked a little things here and there. I'm really excited this round because it's why not? I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like it was successful.
I am too. So you have a dog that's going to the groomer.
Yes, he's so excited.
So we are going to close up just a little bit early. We came on about 10 minutes early, so we still did our thing. But if you're struggling with needing help and just kind of assessing where you are, again, if you're on the shot, there's no shame in it.
No.
There's no shame. You need to proactively think about how are you going to keep this weight off? Okay. Yep. You've got to proactively think about that.
Along with all of them.
Yeah.
All of those.
Yeah.
If you're on any of those diet plans or what have you, you've started a good mindset of I need a change.
I know I need I'm in trouble. I need help.
You need help. You've acknowledged that I don't want to live this way for the rest of my life. But there's a more sustainable way, a healthier way that you can get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
In those 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. 5 years from even now. Like I'm at that 5-year mark, and I am only looking forward to my future. I'm not dreading it. So
yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
And there is a form of desperation. There's a form of shame in all of them. And there's no need to have that. Sometimes it's just, making it into the science. What are we doing with what, what am I doing with my body? I don't want to starve my body. Most of these come with starvation. And you don't want to do that, because when you starve your body, you break down so many things. And sometimes if I have a client who is on, here's another disclaimer. So we take care of people who are on the shot. We take care of your macros. We make sure that you're not gaining that weight back. But what I have to do with people from Optavia, and probably I've never had anybody from Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem before, but when I have a client come to me from Optavia, they are struggling with an eating disorder. So they have a disordered eating pattern, and they physically get sick thinking of having to eat more. And so they come to us with a crashed metabolism. And so if I give them the macros that they're supposed to eat, they gain weight. And so what I have to do with a client from Optavia is I have to reverse their diet first, which takes about 4 months. So you can heal your body from these things, but it takes time, and it takes science, and it takes math to do that. And with the math and science, we now have a disordered eating attitude. So we have to change our mindset about food, and we have to remove the shame. We have to remove the diet mentality. And so it's a big process. That's why you get us on the phone first, so that we can go over what you've been through. Excuse me. I can't wait, Angie. Can't wait for us. We're going to have a good time. We've got a really good group, and we've got a serious group this time. So make sure you go over to the program, Angie. I posted a video on how to prepare for carnivore. Make sure you see that.
Yeah. Yay.
All right, guys. We are here every Tuesday morning. We drop a new podcast every Tuesday morning. You are a wonderful creation of God, and we want you to see yourself as such. And we want you to know that there is hope, there is healing. If you're struggling, please reach out to Coach Darcy or myself. We will get you started on the healing process. And there's hope. There is so much hope. So join us next Tuesday. We'll be back 11 a.m. Eastern, guys. You're so loved. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start